Hello everyone. Today I'm here to configure topology for network security with the implementation of Cisco 505 ASA firewalls, site-to-site VPN, DHCP, and all of these things. Okay, so I would like to start with building my topology. So here is my topology here. So you can fast forward this process. Okay, so you have ASA firewall over here, you have another ASA firewall over here, and also you have mm, PC, another PC, and you have a layer 2 switch. I'm using 2960 switch. Okay, so I have 2960 switch. I have to organize these things, and I have 3 servers. Okay, so I'm going to use 3 server here. These are, and I have to have one generic cloud and DSL modems, 2 DSL modems. Okay, so I need another PC over here and the PC over here. Okay, so I'm gonna connect these all devices. Okay, so and I'll draw my topology. So if I type control, so using phone 9, I'm just gonna start with the crossover cables. Okay, so if I go here, control, then so I'm gonna connect my switches first. Okay, switch from gigabit 1 to 1, 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay, so 2, 2, 2, 1, 2. All right, so and then I'm gonna connect 3 to 801. Okay, and then what I'm gonna have is I'm gonna have here Ethernet cable to, I'm gonna put 7 here. Okay, so the basic things, I'm not gonna explain these things because you guys must know about these things, and I don't think I need any wire cable. Okay, so now I need the straight through cable, so I'm gonna use this. So I have this Ethernet to this 0 1. I'm gonna have 0 2 to ASA Ethernet 0 0, and 0 1 to PC Ethernet. Okay, so I'm gonna connect this 0 to this Ethernet, and what I'm gonna have this to maybe any of these ports, 3 to any of these ports, PC to, so 3, so PC 3, and I have these things, so GLS 1 for 2, and for DLS to, like DLS modem to cloud, we must have a phone line. So you can just basically think as the home modem of your home modem that you have at your house. So you're just connecting your modem to uh, through a DSL line. Okay, so can't do that, so you have to choose this. I'm gonna do control and then this. So I have port, and you connect to modem 4, and then you connect to port and modem 5. Okay, so this is how we connect, and basically that's it. Okay, so let's make it a little bit look nice. So you just put it here straight, make this, organize this. Okay, so okay, so it looks much clear now, so maybe you know what I'm trying to make. All right, so you have all of these things. Okay, so now the picture is much clear. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is much clear here. Okay, so what is our plan? Okay, so we will move on, according to our plan. So before I'll go to any other configuration or anything, I'd like to tell what is our aim. So in this topology we will be configuring a DHCP server. so which will be on this ASA, and this ASA will provide DHCP address for these computers. All right, and then we're gonna have one web server which will be used by these clients, which will be remote client via remote SSL VPN, clientless VPN. So they will access this server using clientless VPN. And we have an NTP server over here on your right. So this will provide a time for this ASA, okay? And we have a AAA server here that will be used for IP authentication for this router. So in this topology, we're taking this as an internet, okay? So we just use authentication mechanism for this AAA. So we're gonna do that, and we have two ASAs here. So the reason for these two ASA is we're gonna make VPN connection between these ASA, these two ASAs. Okay, so this is from, we're gonna have to make this connection to the this network to ping to this network using VPN. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do now. So let's make it clear. Okay, so everything is not configured, everything is new. Okay, so now I'm gonna name the servers. So this is, I don't need to name anything there, I just need to name over here. So this is my NTP server. Okay, and this is my wave server. Okay, so NTP server, and this is my wave server. I'll say this is my, sorry, this is my site B, and this is in my site A. All right, and as I told this is gonna be my AAA server. I think you guys know about AAA server. Okay, so so before moving towards this configuration, I'd like to tell something that I'm not an expert on these things. I'm also learning. I'm also a student, so I'm just trying to so while I'm going, maybe there will be a problems, so we'll be troubleshooting and solving, and but I will not try to give you wrong information. Okay, so if there is something that I don't know, I'll suggest you guys to go and do research, okay, and correct me if I'm wrong. So that's how we do it. So now I would like to have a IP addressing. To every topology I create, I make, I configure, I always start with the IP addressing. This is, you know what you're doing and what you're doing. Okay, so here I need different networks. Okay, so I'm gonna put something different everywhere. Okay, so I am using here 192.168.200.0 slash I'm using 24. Okay, so this will be my .1 network, and this will be my .10 network. Okay, so in this one, from this to this link, I'm using 10.2.2.0 slash I'm using 28 for this now. Okay, so and for this will be my .2 network, and this will be my .1 network. Okay, so IP address, sorry. Okay, so and this will be, I'm using 10.1.1 1.1.0 slash 24. Okay, sorry, 28, and then this will be my .2 interface, and this will be my .1 interface. So this is outside an interface, so which I will be explaining later on this video. Okay, so I have this IP addressing, and here as well I need something different here. Okay, so I'm using 192.168.100.0 slash 24. I'm using slash 24. I'm giving this .10 network, and I'm giving .1. Okay, so basically these things done, and then so this applies to these things as well. So in the internal network, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put 172.16.100.1. okay, so this will be my internal network. Sorry, this will be my internal network. Okay, so this is my internal network. So this from this subnet, this PC will get an IP address. So my IP address is pretty much done. So what I'm gonna do now is update the router iOS and the activation key of this ASA firewalls from base security license to security plus license. Alright, so now I have this configuration written over here. So I'm gonna update my security my ASA to security plus license. Okay, I have a security license over here. So what you're gonna do basically do is, before doing anything, control CCNA, you're gonna have a password by default. Okay, so you just paste this. I have this command called this key. Okay, so this key will be in the description below. Okay, so this is updated. Now I'm gonna have to save this command, so in the right memory, and then reload the machine. Yes, I'll do the same for this ASA too. Okay, so okay, before that I'll show you something. ENA password show version. If you show version, you can see that this platform has a base license. So we are just updating its security license to security plus license. Okay, so just going through this one. I'm just pasting the same command over here. Enter. So write memory. Just go save the configuration, and we're gonna reload the machine. That's it. Okay, so this is done, and I'm show you here. So this, I think this is on. So use if you do ENA, so version. Okay, so you can see now this has been updated to security plus license. Okay, so that's how you do it. And for the update of the router, iOS, as you know guys, I have used 2911 router, so I have to use TFTP protocol to update this. Okay, I have service here running TFTP, and all of these things has iOS. Okay, so now I'm choosing this. Okay, because it's 29 series of router, so I'm using this iOS version. So if you check the iOS over here, no, and then ENA so version, if you do so version, you can see that this iOS has this 15.1 version. Okay, so now what we'll be doing is we will be updating the iOS to 15.3. Okay, so for this one, I'm gonna copy this, Control C, and going back to here. So going back to here, so now I need to make a connection between them. I'm gonna put an IP address here, and then take this iOS from this server. Okay, so 50 IP domain lookup. So, and you know I'm doing this. Yeah, so it's on Jira login synchronous. This is what I do before I configure any devices. So interface, we got it 01. It's connected to 01. No shut. So you can see it's green now, and I'm putting IP address. So it's 192.168.100.1/24. Okay, /24. If I go to okay, exit. Now I'm gonna have to put an static IP address in the server, so they will talk to each other. So it's gonna be 168.100.10. Okay, 68.100.1. This is my gateway. Okay, so let's try to ping 168.100.1. Okay, it pings. So now let's use our commands to get our newer version of iOS. That's it. Okay, so let's go here. So what you're gonna do basically is you go config. So now exit. Now copy TFTP FLS is flush. Okay, you just copying the TFTP. Remote host is 192.68.100.10, right? We just remote host is this one. We're taking we're connecting TFTP to this server. So source file name, do you remember that I copied? So this is my source file name. Okay, destination. Okay, so I'm copying this. See, so it's copying. It's already here now. It's in the flush. Okay, so now I'm going to config mode, and then I'm just booting this router using this iOS image. Okay, system, and from flash. Okay, so I'm just using this. So exit, and I have to save this, copy, run config to startup config. Okay, so you know that what I'm doing as well. Reload. Okay, this is now updating. This is reloading. Okay, so now everything is here. So now before I do anything, so I'm gonna make a list what I'm gonna do first. Okay, so I'm gonna make DHCP server first. Okay, so I'm gonna write my task that I'm gonna perform here. So every task go with this state. Okay, and I'm gonna configure the DHCP first. The first thing that I'm gonna do here is so let's go to configure ASA. Okay, so ASA site A. So always I'm starting with this part. Okay, I'm not touching any of these things. Okay, so config t, sorry, it's already in there. So conf t, and then I'm gonna change the host, so it's site A. Okay, and I'm gonna have to put inside and outside interface, IP address. I think you guys must know about these things. Okay, so interface VLAN, I'm not going to spend time on that one. Interface VLAN 1, so the name if is inside. Okay, this is my inside interface with the security level of 100. And okay, so before doing these things, this will not allow me to put in this IP address. I'll tell you why. Okay, so let's try. So this will not allow me. Okay, at the beginning, because there is something that I need to change first. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna show you why. 128.16 IP address, 116.100. Should be 1 after 255/24. Okay, and that's it. So it's saying that this doesn't match the DHCP rule. Okay, why it's not matching? So run. If you run here, you can check that you have a DHCP address that has been already assigned, so it's not matching this pool. That's why it's denying. Okay, so I have to remove this because this is not the pool that I want. Okay, so I need this address, so I have to remove these things now. So I'm going to remove, so no, and copy. I'm going to paste it. Okay, so I don't know what happened. Anyway, so no. Okay, so no address, so this is gone, and this is what I need. So I'm not going to remove this because I will be enabling this DHCP to the inside network. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go inside interface VLAN. Okay, 1. So now I should be able to get the IP address, this one. Okay, see, it's nothing. Okay, so now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to have to put an IP address to this outside interface. So interface, it's always good idea to start with the IP addressing. Okay, VLAN 2, name if outside, and security level 0. So what are the security level on the 100? Okay, so in the VLAN 2, security level 0. So IP address will be 10.1.1.1. Okay, 255.255.255. Do you think it's 0? No, it's not 0. Okay, it's /28, so we have to do it accordingly. So it's going to be subnet mask will be 240. Okay, so I think, yeah, /28 240. Let me check. /28 240. I think so. /28. Subnet mask. Yeah, 240. Yeah, /28 240. Yeah. Okay, so you have these things now, and you see here. So we have, by default, we need to assign, we have only one interface is assigned to outside interface. So rest of this is all in inside. So we need to see, I have Ethernet 7 that's going outside. So I need to assign this Ethernet 7 for outside interface. Okay, so here we don't have any DMZ. We have just 2 sections, one inside, one outside. Okay, so all of these Ethernet 02, 1, 3 is inside, and 0 and 7 and 00 is on outside. So let's see. So switch. So it's ITC switch VLANs. Okay, so if you do VLANs, you can see outside VLAN has only one interface, and the 7 which we want to have in outside is in inside one. So now we're going to change it. Okay, interface Ethernet 0, Ethernet 07. Okay, so we're going to put switch port access VLAN. How much? Okay, switch it, and now let's run this command. So let's check this. Okay, so now you can see that two interfaces are outside. Okay, so now let's as we have done this, we DHCP is enabled. Let's check if this has got an IP address. Okay, we have a static now. Let's check if this has got an DHCP. Should get by default. Okay, because it has been enabled. No, it's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. I think I have to configure something over here. What's happened? Okay. So see. So let's do. So run. Okay, so I have DHCP configuration, which is because I haven't enabled any DHCP pool. Okay, so now DHCPD address. So which address I need? 172.16.100.10 to 172.16.100.ius20. Okay, so, and then it will be inside. That's it. So now the pool is defined, so that means this PC, whoever is connecting, will be getting IP address from this range. Okay, so let's check an IP address. Yep, now you can see this is an IP address. Okay, and let's check this one. Yep, this has an IP address too. Yep, 11.1. So you have an IP address there. So DHCP is done. Okay, so now we will be doing like fancy things like touch up at the last, but the main thing that just wanted to show is done. Okay, DHCP is done. So now next thing that I will be doing is NTP. Okay, so NTP. So let's configure. As I told you that guys, we just doing the inside things. Okay, first. Okay, inside things. Let's give a static IP address to this one, because servers always need to have a static IP address. So see here. So these things, if you do DHCP, obviously it's gonna get DHCP address, but you don't want to get an DHCP address per server. Okay, so you need to have DHCP static IP address. So you need to give the static IP address of the same subnet. Okay, so 172.16.100. You can give 12. Okay, .255.0. Okay, and then it's going to be the IP address of gateway will be .1. Okay, so this is going to be my address. Let's ping it. Ping 172.16.100.1. Okay, it pings. So this is my .12 and this is my .13. Okay, so this is how I do it. So now NTP will be my .13. Let's ping it and let's make a static IP address to 172.16.100.2 13, and 255.255.255.0, and default gateway will be 172.16.100.1. Okay, so it should work. Let's ping it. 172.16.100.1. It's pinging. Okay, so now we have a web server here by default running, so don't need to have enable. So if you just want to access the web server, you just type the IP address. Okay, 172.16.100.12. So you just basically accessing this thing. Okay. Okay, so now for NTP you have to go to server. You have a network type protocol, which is by default authentication is disabled. Okay, and NTP is enable also. So you have to enable and just make key 1. Okay, just don't worry about the password at the moment. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is check the NTP synchronization. So clock. If you saw the clock, see. So what's the today's address? Today's date? It's not March 1, 1993. Okay, so date is, you can see it's Wednesday 29th of May 2019. So we need to get this by synchronizing with the NTP server. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is NTP server, NTP trusted key 1. So do you remember the key that I used? 1. Okay, and my NTP server is 172.16. 100.13. Okay, so now show NTP status. See, now you can see that it's synchronized. And if you do show clock, see, now it's Wednesday, May 29, 2019. So it's been synchronized with NTP. It's so easy, right? So it's, you can see the reference is 70.13, which is the NTP server that we have configured here. So our NTP is done. Okay. So we're gonna come back to these things. We're just doing the basic foundation at the beginning. So we have already done the internal LAN configuration, most of them. Okay, so we're gonna have to come back for the layer 2 security. Okay, so now we will be working on this part. Okay, so now what do you think, how these things gonna connect with this ASA? Because there is no any device that's giving an IP address. Okay, so in the real life scenario, we are assuming these things as internet, as ISP. Okay, so your device is getting your modem is getting an IP address from ISP. So you have a public address. Okay, so and then you have IP address from DSL, your modem. You just get an IP address from that, the private IP address. But here you don't have anything like that. So you have to configure this PC with the same subnet of IP address from this one. Okay, so what I'm gonna make is, this is already one. Okay, this is already one, and so I'm gonna make this as dot 3, and I'm gonna make this as dot 4. Alright, so let's check if this is gonna work. Desktop IP address, I'm giving static IP address because you don't have anything to give from. Okay, so 1.3 is 255.255.255.240. Okay, so 1.10.10.1. Okay, this is my gateway, and .4 for this one. Desktop. Hold on a sec. I'm sorry guys, there was somebody at the door. Alright, I'm back here. So now we have to, as I said, that I have just configured my static IP address on this one. So now static IP address on this one, 1.1.4. Okay, so 255.255.240 and 110.1.1.1. Okay, so this is my static IP address configuration. Let's try to ping it. Okay, so ping 110.1.1. Okay, so I would like to say something here. So it's not gonna ping at the beginning because you have to make small configuration on the cloud. Okay, because you have to make this modem connect to this Ethernet port. Okay, you haven't done so, maybe this ping will not go through now. Should not go, by the way. All right, so this ping will not go through. So I'm not gonna spend my time here. So it's not gonna go through. You go to cloud, okay, config more, and DSL. Can you see DSL? Okay, DSL. So you have to make this. This is a modem because this is the interface that we have connected. So modem to the Ethernet. So you make one connection and you have another modem. So modem 5 to Ethernet. Okay. So now your ping should go through. Okay. So you go through back here. Ping 10.1.1.1. Okay. So see, you can see that your ping is gone. Okay. So now as you have connected to this one here, so you should be able to access this server, but we need to have some kind of configuration over here. We can do this later. Okay, so that means the third thing that we did here is connection of PC via modem. Okay, so we have done this as well. So let's go the fourth thing. So fourth things will be I will be making connection between these two ASA. Okay, this is completely routing things. Okay, so now we will make a connection from here to here. Okay, so we need to have IP address configurations and everything. So we will go through that now. Okay, so now I have already IP addressing here. Now I'm gonna put an IP address on these things. Okay, router, I have already done it, and router. Okay, so config ISP. Sorry, you don't need ISP. So host ISP. I'm making ISP. So in our interface, I'm putting IP address for this interface now. Interface G00. IP address is 1.1.2. Okay, 255.255.240. Okay, and I'm gonna have to do no shut, because shut exit. So that's done, and gonna have to bring interface G02 no shut. Okay, just no shut as well. And IP address would be 10.2.2.2.255 255.255.240. Okay, exit. That's done. IP addressing is done on this one. Okay, so now IP addressing on this one. Okay, I'm gonna configure this ENA. So config T, I'm gonna get host. This is my site B. Okay, so now I'm gonna make configuration. So you don't need to assign this to outside, because by default this is already outside and this is inside. So I'm gonna have to remember that I had to remove some kind of configuration over here, the DHCP pool. So I have to do the same here as well, because I'm using different subnet of network. Okay, so I'm just gonna have to do copy, and I'm gonna do no paste. Okay, so this is exit. Okay, now let's go interface VLAN 1. My spelling is so bad. Interface VLAN 1. I'm gonna do name if inside. Okay, so this is my inside with the security level of 100 and IP address of 192.168.200.1, which is gonna be my 24. Okay, /24, and then exit. Okay, so now interface VLAN 2 name if outside, and then my security level will be 0. So exit and exit. So my IP addressing will be 10.2.2.1 255.255.255.0. Okay, 255.255.255.0. No, 240. Okay. Sorry, I made a mistake here. Oh, sorry, because I did the exit. Okay, interface VLAN 2 and nice IP address. Okay, so exit now. Now I should be able to ping from here to here, here to here, but I'm still not being able to ping here to here. Okay, so I need to have some kind of, sorry, I think I should be able to ping from here to here, because this is directly connected. But let's check. Okay, everything is checking and testing and doing. There is nothing that I can say. Okay, let's do it from here. Okay, do ping. It's gonna ping obviously. Okay, just to check if IP address is correct. Okay, so I'm pinging it here. Okay, it pings. I have a connection, conduct, and I have 1.1.1 pinging here. Yeah, I can ping it. Let's try it from here. Ping 10.2.2.1. Okay. So it's not pinging because there is some kind of routing issue. So that's what I'm gonna solve now. Okay, so let's put an IP address ENA. Sorry, don't have any password. So what I'm gonna do now is put a default route. Okay, so route conf t, because the thing is that this router doesn't know about this route, this network. Okay, and this ASA doesn't know about this, and this ASA doesn't know about this network. So now I have to put route. This is gonna be outside. Okay, I'm gonna put default route. Okay, so this is gonna be via 10.1.1.2. Okay, I'm gonna do the same over here as well. So router outside 0.0.0 and via 10.2.2.1. Okay, so sorry, it belongs to. Okay, so I have just given a default route. Okay, let's check now. Do it ping? Can it ping? Okay, can it ping? 10.2.2.1. Can it ping? Because it's just learning all the routes from other things. Can it ping? Yeah, now it can ping. See, so as I have the default route, it can now learn the IP address from here. So now I can ping. I should be able to ping 10.1.1.1 as well. Yeah, see, I can ping from here to here, here to here. So now see the connection. We have done the connection. Now we are also done connection between ASA is also done. Okay, so now we will be doing what we will be doing is now I need to make this PC to go outside the interface. So that means I want this PC to ping here. Okay, now let's try to ping at the current status ping 10.1.1.1. Okay, so see, I should 1.1.1 means this. Okay, I'm not gonna ping, so I'm gonna ping this interface. Okay, I'm pinging from here to this interface. Obviously it's not gonna go through because I'll show you here. See, it didn't ping. Okay, so the reason I know that because you haven't configured anything, right? Because by default the thing is you don't have any inspection policy. Okay, you don't know what's traffic to allow and what's traffic not to allow. Okay, so now let's put inspection traffic first. Okay, plus traffic. And the other thing is another thing that I can't miss is also this network, this 72.network is not available for this router because this router doesn't know about anything about these things. So this is not gonna, there is no any kind of route to this one. That's why it's not connecting to as well. Okay, let's try to ping. Let's try to have IP route. Okay, let's try everything. 172.16.100.0 0 via G00. Okay, so this is my one static route that I have given. So this router knows about this network. Okay, let's try to ping. Okay, let's try to ping. So what do you think? Should be able to ping? So now it's not pinging. The reason that it's not pinging is this ASA firewall is blocking. Okay, because this is sending things from here. Let's suppose if I check here, exit, debug, ICMP on. Okay, ICMP on. Let's suppose I ping from here. So if I ping here, and you can check this router. Since this router is getting this these things as well. So now it says echo replies sent. Okay, so now I mean this is getting an ICMP packet. Okay, but this ACL, what it thinks is this ACL is replying. I mean, whatever is coming from inside, it's not going, not coming back from outside. So it's going from, it allows packet to go outside, but it doesn't allow to come packet from inside. Okay, so this is what happening here. So now, and it doesn't know about which packet. Okay, because we have to set up the policy, and then we're gonna check now. Okay, so traffic, so class map, I'm gonna put traffic. Okay, traffic match the default configuration. I will leave for you guys to know about these things. And policy. Okay, policy map, I'm gonna say global, and I'm gonna make class traffic. Okay, this is the same, this class means this traffic I've just created here, so it's gonna use this, and I'm gonna inspect ICMP. Okay, and then exit. Okay, so I'm gonna use service global. So global, this global is representing this policy. Okay, I'm just, so now let's try to ping. We're gonna ping every step. Okay, so we're gonna check how it's gonna work. Okay, so now this time it's pinging. Okay, so now is this time it's pinging, because with the by default you are allowed, okay, from 100 security level, higher security level to lower security level by default. And this, as this ASA is a stateful ASA, that means stateful means as the, if you initiate the traffic from inside, then the reply for that packet is also allowed. Okay, so that means as the ping is coming from here, you are allowed, and you have specified the protocol which protocol is will be allowed. Okay, so now by the policy. Okay, so but if you ping from here, like let's suppose exit. Okay, so now I'm gonna ENA, and then I'm gonna ping to 172.16.100.10. I think this is the 10 interface. I think this is the 10. Let's check. It's 10. Okay, so let's ping from here. So it will not be able to go through because this request is coming from outside. Okay, so this ASA will block. So this is how the security feature is implemented on ASA. So you are not allowed, by default you are not allowed to send the traffic from outside to inside. So what you need to do is you need to create an ACL, access control list, so that will allow the traffic from outside to inside. Okay, so in this we're gonna just create one ACL access list 101. Access list 101, and I'm going to use extended permits IP any. Okay, so in this IP I'm doing in general. Okay, everything. Okay, you can just specify as ICMP anything. Okay, so I'm just doing any at the moment. So access group. So I hope you guys know about these things. I'm just doing this in direction because I'm allowing traffic to come inside, so that means in direction to the interface outside. Okay, so to outside interface. So you know the access list rules. Okay, so now this has been so now let's try to ping. See, now it's received. Okay, now it's received, so that means the ping is allowed. Okay, so now this PC can go outside. Okay, so now let's try to ping to go to this network, 2.2.1 network. Can I go? I'm pinging to here, okay, can I go through? See, I can go through now. Okay, it's because I have the route. Okay, I have the route, because the thing is I can go up to here. Okay, and it will check where I want to go, and it will check if I have the route. And so this network has a this ISP router has a route to this one, so it's just sending me. So now I'm being able to ping from here to here. Okay, now let's check if I'm being able to ping up to here. Okay, because it should not be able to ping. Okay, so 192.168.200.10. Okay, so I think I have already specified that static IP address on this one. No, I'm sorry, 192.168.10.255, and this will be my 192.168.200.1. okay, this is my static IP address, and I'm gonna put ping 192.168.200.1, so it can ping my default gateway. That means, see, so now all, so again if I go through, because it's not gonna ping, I'm not gonna spend my time, so it's not gonna ping because this router doesn't know about these things. Okay, so now we're going to make the same thing, same kind of configuration over here, and make this PC ping up to here. Okay, and we're going to have to configure to ping this and this network via using VPN. So that's where a side-to-side VPN will come. Okay, so now before side-to-side VPN, we must have a connection from here to here, like this PC to the outer interface of another ASA, and this PC to outer interface of another ASA. Okay, so now let's do the same thing what we did here. So we're gonna have to put a route for this network. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is the route ENA, and I'm gonna teach you guys how to use the NAT as well later on. So, but at the moment I'm gonna just IP route. IP route 192.168.200.0 255.255.255.0. okay, and is accessing through G02. okay, G02. So now we have a route, so the same thing. So I'm gonna configure these things now. ENA password config. I'm gonna have to class map traffic. Okay, so match default, and then just run exit, and then policy. So policy global, and then class will be traffic. Okay, and then inspect ICMP. So inspect ICMP, and then exit. Okay, so I'm gonna make access list now. I'm not gonna explain the things again. Access list 1, so extended permit IP any. Okay, and then access list group 101 in interface outside direction. Okay, so this is what I have applied, and now it should be able to go outside. Okay, should be able to go outside. So now ping to my 10.2.2.2 network, because this 2. network has the route. Okay, and now see, I can go through, and then I should also be able to ping to these things, come back, because I have allowed the SL, but I'm not gonna try that. It's gonna work. Okay, so what I have done here is connect PC to another ASA outside interface. Okay, I know guys, it's so long, it's gonna be boring. Okay, so those who thinks that's really important for you guys, it's good to good to look this video. Okay, so now I am step 6. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5, so we have already configured from here to here. So now we will be doing site-to-site VPN. Okay, sorry, clientless VPN. Less VPN. Okay, so now I'm doing clientless VPN. For the clientless VPN, what I'm trying to do is, so I'm trying to access this web server from this PC. Okay, this web server from this PC. So let's try to access now. Okay, so I have the IP address. Send it to the 16.100.12. I'm being able to access. I'm being able to access. Okay. Do you know why I'm being able to access? It's because I have allowed ICMP, say IP any. So I am being able to come and go outside. Okay. So, and also another thing is, let me check here something. So run. So run. So ENA. So run VLAN 2 on traffic access VLAN 2. Yeah, it's gonna allow me to, because see, this is directly connected to this PC, and I can't ping from here to here. I also can ping from here to here, obviously. Yeah, so this is a normal configuration, so that is insecure. Okay, this is insecure. So now our main aim is to use clientless VPN. Okay, so how are you gonna configure? I'm gonna show how to do it. So we don't have any kind of configuration over here. We're gonna have to make configuration over here. So before doing clientless VPN, we have to have a user first. I'm gonna make only one user, conf t. Okay, user name, so admin 01. Okay, and then I'm gonna use password Cisco12345. Okay, this is my password. Okay, so that's the only thing that I need. I go to the config more now, and then I have a clientless VPN tab, and I'm going to bookmark manager. I'm going to do server 1. Okay, and then I'm going to put the IP address of http I'm gonna put the http of this IP address. Okay, 172.16.200.12. Okay, so this is gonna be my bookmark. See, so whenever this is going for VPN, whenever this is accessing the VPN, then this ASA will redirect the connection to this server. Okay, in a secure manner. Okay, so now I'm using user, so I have one admin. Okay, user, and bookmark I have server. I'm gonna make profile 1. Okay, and I'm gonna have to have group policy group policy 1. I'm gonna make group policy 1. So see, I have these things now. Okay, now let's go and check if I'm still being able to ping. Sorry, get that 116.100.12. Yeah, I'm still being able to get. This is because I have allowed any traffic, so that's the reason. Okay, so but the main aim is to make the VPN configuration, and we're gonna have to stop that as well. So what we're gonna do now is, let's try to CLI. So now exit config t. So it's already in the config t, no worries. And we're gonna have to do WE web VPN and enable outside. Okay, so as we do outside interface, exit. Now if you go over here and put an IP address of outside interface, okay, it's gonna say server reset, because it's not gonna allow you to have any kind of authentication now, but okay, HTTPS, it's gonna ask you for the authentication. Now I'm gonna admin 01 Cisco 12345. Do you remember my password? Okay, so now see, I have a clientless VPN server. So now see here, now at this time, see, I'm not being able to get to this server even if I click, because the only thing is I have allowed I haven't allowed says request time off. So on the because I haven't allowed this, like I haven't allowed any traffic to go outside from this inside interface. Okay, so we have to run. So we have this ACL. Okay, so and we have done to outside interface. So the another access group we also need to assign to the interface inside interface as well. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is copy this, copy, yes, I'm gonna do paste, and I'm gonna do inside. Okay, so I'm gonna do inside as well, and now let's check it. So 10.1.1.1. Okay, I have said we're gonna have to have s there. Now admin 01 Cisco 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, we have now should be able to get there. No, still not. Maybe I have missed something over here. Switch server we have there, policy 1, server 1. Maybe here, some problem here. See, the problem is 200.12 and I don't have any 200.12. I think need to have 200.12. guys, I made a mistake here. So this is not what I need. So we're gonna remove this. Okay, I'm gonna server -1 and then HTTP. I'm gonna use, it doesn't matter. So that 172.16.100.12. Okay, not 200. So that was a mistake there. So see, now it should be able to get. So now I need to assign this to the server as well. Server 1. Okay, for 1, everything set. Okay, so now you just change that. Now let's go again. Okay, don't have anything here. Your authentication is there. Client, let's stop. Let's try it again because 10.1.1. Reset connection, HTTPS, admin 01, Cisco 1 2 3 4 5. So we can't see the, you are not being able to see that. So the problem is possibly here. Okay, so you server 1, this is not shit. This is policy file 2, group policy 2. Okay, because it's not giving, it's not giving me. Let's check here. Oh my god. So run, guys, don't do this kind of mistake. Okay, so I did some stupid mistake and I start like having trouble now. So I have these things. User, I have server 1 and I have another because this is now confused where to go. Should be able to get this. Just wanted to show you how things works. Stop. Okay, 10.1.1 reset connection and admin 01 Cisco 1 2 3 4 5. Still doesn't show anything. I have some mistake over here. I have some mistake. Let's copy this. I'm gonna make a notepad. Okay, I'm gonna paste it over here. Paste it, and I'm gonna do no on every step. No. So that if I do no, it's gonna remove all of this not needed configuration. No. Okay, Control C, and I'm gonna paste it. What it says, remote type, no default policy. Okay, I have some problem. VPN policy, VPN, where VPN enable outside. attributes policy. Okay, let's go over here. This is a problem, but anyway, I'm gonna the bookmark here. Bookmark has HTTP 12. Okay, server 1. Let's make another server. Let's make another kind of server. Okay, I'm just showing how to do. So I'm gonna do S1. Okay, this is my HTTP. Okay, 172.16.100.12. Maybe it need HTTPS, but should be able to get access. Okay, so HTTPS 1 to 16. 100.12, right? So nothing wrong with that one. 100.12. Okay. So go to user manager, go to S1 policy. So profile 2. I'm gonna make profile 3. Profile 3 as well. So I'm making basically a new connection. So I'm just gonna, I think I need to remove this. Right. Okay. Now you have a bookmark here. Okay. So I think there was some kind of issue. Okay. So don't make any mistake with IP address like I did. You're gonna have a mess configuration otherwise. So let's ignore that. So I'm just teaching you how to do it. Okay. Basically. So now you should be able to see now you have a S1. Okay, so you just can access this. So now just accessing via ASA clientless web VPN tunnel portal. Okay, so you're done with the clientless VPN. Okay, so this is how you do it. Now the next thing is what we're gonna do is we're gonna have to configure AAA server. Okay, so now I'm gonna make AAA server service AAA, and I'm gonna do enable. Okay, I'm gonna don't change any of this port now. Okay, name of the client is ISP, right? I'm gonna make authentication for ISP, and ISP client means IP address of this interface. Okay, so client IP means 192.168.100.1. Okay, so this is 10, this is 1, and secret. So which secret you want? Secret with Cisco always same, because I don't want to make a complex, and I don't want to be confused. Okay, so which server are we going to use? Radius at the moment. So this is my basic configuration. Add. Okay, and now I'm going to create one admin 01 rad. Okay, this is my radius user with same password, Cisco 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, and so you have admin rad Cisco 1 2 3 4 5. That's done. So now you configure AAA over here. So now in this ISP you need to have a username. Before you specify anything, you need to have a local database. Okay, so now what you're gonna do is config T and username admin. So remember, yeah, so in the AAA I have used rad, so here I'm going to use admin 01. Okay, so admin 01 pass. I'm not going to use pass. So remember why I updated the router, because the router without updates it didn't support level 9 kind of encryption, so it only used MD5, which is really vulnerable to brute attacks, and this key already been exposed, already been cracked. So now MD5 is not more secure things to use. Level 5, sorry, and level 7, sorry, the password encryption use level 7, sorry, okay, level 7, and they this use level 9. So what we're gonna do is algorithm types script, which is a level 9. Okay, and then we're gonna do secret, and my password will be secret will be Cisco 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so this is my local database user admin 1. Okay, so by default I'm gonna show you as well. So exit. So I'm gonna now enable authentication. So now triple running low. Sorry guys, I have a charger here. AAA new model. Okay, so new model and AAA authentication. AAA authentication. Let's tab. So what you're gonna do is login. Okay, login. And this will see login for default. This is like you just log in by default way. So how you want to make it is group radius. You're going to use radius server first, and if radius doesn't work, then you're going to use local. Okay, you can have local, I think case, it doesn't support the local case anyway, so you're going to do local. If radius doesn't work, then you use a radius. Okay, so now it's done. And what you next is exit. Let's exit. Okay, so now you see it asks for the username, but I have logged out myself because I haven't specified my server. Okay, so admin 01, because at this time admin 01 Cisco 1 2 3 4 5 should let me in. Okay, so config. So you know the problem what I did is I didn't specify my AAA authentication server. But anyway, so as I mentioned there, so run AAA, I think include AAA, then have I have to do show run include AAA. Yeah, so we have these things now, only these things. So here what I did was, if I didn't had a local here, then it would lock me outside, so it will not allow me to get inside unless I had a radius server. But like how I would configure my radius server, because I never specify my radius server, so it is really important that we must configure radius server and radius authentication before, and we must not forget to do this. Okay, so in case of radius server failure, we use our local database. But if I didn't have local database, I would have logged out myself. Okay, so this would be a problem. So now what I'm gonna do is authentication AAA, so radius server. See, so I'm gonna have a radius server. I have a radius server host, which is my this IP address 192.168.8.100.10. Okay, but it's not done yet. Do you remember that I have something here, AAA, and I have something like Cisco 1 2 3 4 5. This is my key, so we need to specify the key too, because otherwise how this gonna authenticate itself. Okay, so radius, let's see here, key. Okay, don't forget. And what we need to do, encrypted key in clear text. So it's Cisco 1 2 3 4 5, right? Okay, so that's done. So now exit and exit. Okay, so now let's try to use the local database username and password. Okay, so admin 01 Cisco 1 2 3 4 5. So it's gonna go through the authentication server first, and it's gonna check if there is any password that's related to this. So it's just taking time. Okay, see, it says invalid login. Okay, so this is my password that I had in local database. So now I'm gonna use this admin rad and Cisco 1 2 3 4 5. Let's check if it works. Okay, so admin 01 rad and Cisco 1 2 3 4 5. See, it allowed me inside now. So that means it's getting an authentication first. Okay, so and then our 7th step, which is AAA server, is working. Okay, so now 7 is done as well. AAA server is working too. We have done NTP connection AAA server too. So now I will enable config. So I'm gonna do enable algorithm type script secret Cisco 12345 as well. So I'm gonna make exit. So if I do exit, so when I do username admin 01 grad Cisco 12345, okay, ENA, so it asks me Cisco 12345. So this is my authentication for ISP. Okay, I've done these basic things. Now, so the main important thing is site-to-site VPN. So we have configured NTP, DHCP, clientless VPN, and everything. Okay, so we've basically configured everything. Now we're gonna have to use site-to-site VPN. So for the site-to-site VPN, what we can do is we're gonna use our configuration. So I don't want to take much time for you guys of doing these things, but I would like to explain each and single steps that it takes to configure the VPN. Okay, okay, so now I'm gonna start with site A and site B. Okay, so as everybody know that IPsec site-to-site VPN that has two phases, phase 1 and phase 2. Phase 1 is for ISACAMP. This is just to create a secure tunnel, and then phase 2 to create IPsec VPN, like IPsec tunnel. Okay, so I'm gonna start with this one. So it is always good idea, it is always better idea to configure because the site-to-site VPN configuration must be identical to the both side. Okay, both side. So it always better. So my recommendation is, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open one notepad file for me, and I'm gonna start typing the configuration for site A. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy and paste and change this IP address and the thing, so that it's easy for me to implement these things. Okay, so now I will do in site A configuration. Okay, so the first thing that I'm gonna do is crypto IKey version 1. So this is internet key exchange version 1 we're using. Okay, enable outside. Okay, so this will enable the IKey outside. Now I'm gonna use crypto IKey policy, IKey version 1, policy 1. You can use any of this is number, the policy number. So in this policy, what I'm going to do is basically set up the policy for a phase 1 negotiation between the peers. Okay, so in this it has 5 things that we must not forget to configure, which is hash. Okay, hash, we will be using SHA, secure hashing algorithm, and authentication, which is going to be pre-shared. Okay, it's going to be pre-shared. Okay, and then we have group. Okay, we're going to use 5. This is a Diffie-Hellman group. Okay, and lifetime. Okay, lifetime will be, I'm going to use 86400. This is basically 1 day. And encryption, I'm going to use AES 256. Okay, this is my encryption. So now I'm going to exit out of this. Okay, so now this is, we just set up the policy. Now we need to specify our peer, and then we need to send this policy to our peer. So we're going to have to create a tunnel. Okay, tunnel group. So this is going to create a secure tunnel. Okay, tunnel group. So my peer address will be, what is my peer address? So if I'm configuring my VPN over here, then my IP address will be this interface, which is 10.2.2.1. Okay, the IP address should be 10.2.2.1. Okay, I don't need to specify this. So first, I think I'll do is type and IPsec L2L connection. I think there is something like IPsec L2L something, but I forgot. You can just tab when you do it. Okay, tunnel group 10.2.2.1, and you're gonna have to specify the IPsec attributes. Okay, so now it goes to IPsec attributes. Now you have to exchange the key, because you need to make a connection. You need to have a secure connection. That means you need to have a key. So now you use internet key exchange version 1. Pre-shared key is Cisco 12345. Okay, so iKey version 1 pre-shared key is Cisco 12345. So you have basically done the first section, the phase 1 of the negotiation. Okay, so now what you're gonna do is interesting traffic. For the interesting traffic, we're gonna configure one ACL. Okay, access list. So basically what this ACL does is we allow this traffic to communicate with this. Okay, if you configure this one, and we allow this traffic to communicate with this network to this network. So we're gonna have to make one ACL. Okay, access list. I'm gonna say name this shell VPN extended permit IP from. Okay, extended IP from this network 172.16.100. So 172.16.100.0 255.255.255.0 to this network. Okay, so to 192.168.200.200.0 255.255.255.0. Okay, I think everything is done. Access list VPN. VPN. Yeah, that's it. So that's it. We're gonna just allow this traffic. Okay, we're gonna implement this traffic with this VPN later on. Okay, so now the next step you're gonna start the IPsec negotiation. Okay, so you're gonna have to specify the policy for that. Okay, so now we're gonna crypto IPsec. Okay, IPsec internet key exchange version 1. Okay, and we're gonna have to specify transform set. Okay, I'm giving the name IPsec VPN. This is my name. Okay, and then we're gonna have to specify the hashing algorithm and encryption algorithm. So we're gonna use encapsulation security protocol. That's AES 256. Okay, this is my encryption for confidentiality. ESP slash dash SHA dash HMAC. It's a hashing message authentication code. Okay, authentication code. So this HMAC. So this is what you use. So now next step we're gonna do is we're gonna create a crypto map site A. For site A, I'm just using site A, and you put a sequence number. Okay, I'm just putting 10 and set peer, because you need to specify the peer first. Okay, so which peer you're gonna do it? 10.2.2.1. Okay, this is our peer, and crypto map site A 10, and then set IP version 1. You're gonna have to specify the transform set that we have did before. So that was IPsec VPN. Remember this transform set, this IPsec transform set, we're gonna specify here now. Okay, set IPsec VPN. Okay, now what you're gonna do is I'm gonna have to match this VPN to the crypto map. Okay, crypto map site A10. Okay, set. So it's gonna be it's gonna be, you don't use in set. So match address. So it's going to use the address from VPN. Okay, so you're implementing this VPN. So this VPN over here. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. So now crypto map site A. Okay, so you're gonna have to enable this in interface outside. Okay, you're just doing this in outside. That's it. So this is the normal basic configuration for site A. So this is normal. This has to be okay. So this is for IPsec phase 1. This is for phase 2. Okay, now let's copy. Okay, and then I'm gonna do site B for site B. So I'm gonna do copy paste. So only thing that I need to change is everything has to be identical. Everything. The only thing that I need to change is that 1.1.1. Okay, and 1.1. Okay, the pre-shared key is the same. So here the only thing that I need to change is just exchange this. Control X. Just press this back. Okay, so from here to here. So nothing different, and the peer will be 1.1.1. Okay, so this is a basic configuration for our IPsec VPN. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna Control C, and I'm gonna go here. Okay, and I'm gonna just ENA password conf T, and I'm gonna paste it. That is, oh shit, see here I have made one mistake here. I just made one mistake, but anyway, I'm gonna transform set. It's key version 1. Okay, so this is mistake there. I'm gonna change over here as well. So here's some mistake over here. Yeah, key version 1. IKE version 1. Where is the mistake? Oh, transform set here. See, so it has to be EV. Okay, so it has to be Internet Key Exchange version 1. Okay, so now let's copy this for site B. Oh, sorry, one mistake. So it's not only site A here, it has to be site B too. Okay, site B, site B. Okay, so now Control C. Okay, I'm going to do it here now. ENA conf T paste. So side. Okay, so this is done, and here some commands are missing. Okay, transform set here is done, transform set is done, and some command was missing after. Okay, some command after this was missing. See? Okay, so I haven't done anything new. Okay, so everything is just did according to this command. So you have these things, you have this configuration, and just have changed the peer address. So now let's check. So run. Okay, so run. I have the configuration for my VPN here. Okay, and where's my VPN? Yeah, So I have these things, and I'm also going to do so run here. Okay, so it's not always necessary to ping at the first time, because I have tried a lot of times. Even the configuration was correct, my ping was not working. But that's the reason that it's really hard for us to differentiate the so where you don't know where is the problem exactly. So let me check first, so everything is configured, so that I can assure that it should be all right. Okay, so you have that, no problem. 10 10 side A, side B. Okay, so this is nothing different, because everything is going to 3. Okay, so that should be it. Okay, so we've done this. So now let's try to ping. Okay, so ping to the 10.10 network. Okay, so I'm pinging this PC, right? So let's check. Yeah, so now see, it's pinging. So it's pinging this IP address. So now to ensure that it's going through a VPN, what I'm gonna do is so IP so exit so crypto as so ICAM security association. See, so now my security association is here, and I'm gonna IP. So this is surprising, guys. So see, now my this IPsec association is working here. So now see, so I don't know why how it worked. Okay, so now I have a VPN connection running, so I can now ping from them. Okay, so I can ping from here to here easily. Okay, without any kind of problem. So let's check here. So now our VPN connection is working too. So 192.168 172.16.200, so it's 100.10. Okay, see, I can ping. So this means from here to here I can ping. That means our VPN connection, side to side VPN connection, is working. So in order to make sure that it's working, you have to do so crypto ICAM security associations. Okay, so you have PR here. Okay, you have a security association that is active. You can see your security association is active, and also use IPsec security association. Okay, so you can see that your how many bytes of file has been packets has been went through. So you can also check from here. Okay, so you have 16 bytes. The packets were went through. See, so encapsulated packets were 11 packets, encrypted 11. Okay, so these were these were sent from this to this. Okay, so from local of this to remote of this. Okay, so that means it's working. Okay, so your security VPN, side to side VPN is working. Now okay, our site to site VPN is working. So we have configured a lot of things here. So this is how we do it, guys. Okay, so the main thing is done. Okay, let's check the time. Okay, so basically if you guys doing an exam, so you will get to configure this. You'll get 2.5 hours to finish these things. And now, like for me, I'm explaining and doing everything for you, and I think I'm checking my time. It's just been 1 hour and 28 minutes. Okay, so it's pretty good. So if you know the concept, actually it's not so very hard. Okay, so now we back with layer 2 security issues. Okay, the first thing, layer 2 security, what we're gonna do, the first thing on layer 2 security is to enable port security. Okay, and port security violation, and then we're gonna use I have made small notes, so let me check on my notes. Okay, so you will be doing port security violations. Okay, you will be making how many MAC address you want to learn, so that's gonna be over here. So you go ENA, so ENA, so interface. So you will be using this interface to apply these kind of features. So interface F03. Okay, guys, what happened? So I have to do config T, okay, interface F, sorry, F03. So you're gonna do switch port fast. Do you know? I think you guys should know why I'm doing port security. Okay, sorry, port security, so not port fast. Okay, so it's saying that command rejected. You know why? Because you have to make this port access dynamical, statical. Okay, so that means you have to manually change this status to switch port. Okay, so you're gonna more access mode. So okay, switch port mode access. Okay, and then it apply the same. It works. Okay, so now these things work. Now switch port security maximum. How do you want a maximum? Is maximum of, I want three things. Okay, now I'm gonna do spanning tree port fast as well. Okay, so I'm configure spanning tree port fast, and then what I'm gonna do is spanning tree BPDU guard enable as well. Okay, so BPDU guard enable as well. I hope you guys know why I'm doing this. I'm not gonna explain. Okay, so these things that you need to know. And ENA config T. Okay, so I'm doing the same things over here too. Interface F03. So switch port mode access, make switch port security. Okay, and then switch port security. Is there anything? Yeah, maximum we're gonna use 3. Okay, so maximum 3, and then spanning tree port fast, and spanning tree BPDU guard in the room. Okay, so another thing we can do is spanning tree, sorry, switch port security port security I think it's violation mode. Yeah, violation. If somebody violate the port security, then what you're gonna do? You're gonna restrict them. Okay, so we're gonna restrict. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same here as well. So switch port security violation. If somebody violate the rules, then I'm gonna make it restrict. Okay, so this is how we do the access layer security. And I'm gonna do the STP security now. Okay, so now let's check the bridge. So I don't want any random switch to be root bridge. Okay, so I want, in this configuration, I want this switch, the switch which is connected to the ASA, I want this to be root switch. So in order to check, so let's check which is the root bridge. Okay, ENA. So spanning tree. So if you do spanning tree, you can check here the 3969 and the MAC address A5, and this is, so priority is similar, but see, this is not the root bridge now. So the root bridge is somebody else. Okay, I think this has this alternate port. That means root bridge is this switch 0. So I don't want access switch to be root bridge. Okay, so what I'm gonna change is, let's go here, do so spanning tree. So see here, it's 90. That means this is a root bridge. You can see here as well, this is a root bridge. Okay, this is a root. So I don't want to make this root bridge. So what I'm gonna do here, I want this to be root. So config T spanning tree. Okay, VLAN 1, and this is your root primary. Okay, so now all the STP calculation is gonna restart again. See, this has changed. So now STP, so spanning tree. Okay, so sorry, it takes do command first. So now this is root. You can say that I have changed the priority. So and then so this is now root. This is no more a root. Okay, so now the thing is, I don't want this switch and this switch to be root. Okay, so in order to prevent that, I need to configure this and this as a root card. Okay, so or I don't want any of this. I don't want this switch to be root. I just want this switch to be if in case of this failure, I want this to be root. But if you see here, if this fails, you know, there's no any kind of loop creating, because there's only one, there's only two, because I'm telling there, if there are multiple switches in that case. Okay, so if I don't want any other switch. If you have three-layer hierarchy, then at that time it would be implemented. So in this case, you can use the root guard over here. Okay, but it cannot set your interface to root inconsistent mode. Okay, because there has to be some kind of talking in between, and if something is wrong in between, then um, there is no any kind of looping creating, you know, because only three switch. Okay, if there's multiple switch, then only we can think of something like that. Okay, so let's check. Okay, let's check interface. So I'm at switch 2. Okay, switch 2, interface f01, f01. Okay, interface switch 01. And what I'm gonna do is spanning tree, spanning tree, root, guard root. Okay, and exit. I think don't need to have enable. Yeah, don't need to have enable. Okay, so exit. So I have done the root enable. Okay, that means in case of failure, in case of this failure, so this will never be a root, only this will be a root. Okay, so let's check here. So what if I configure, let's suppose what it says here. Is there anything here? Is it? What it says? Is it anything here? No, it doesn't say anything. What if configure the root here as well? It's not happen anything. But let's check. Everything is testing here. Okay. No, nothing happened. Okay, so run. If I do run, if I go from here and do run. Okay, so then I have configured the guard root as well. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is switch port is done. Now DHCP snooping. Okay, we're gonna prevent DHCP snooping. That means as we have a DHCP server, so the port getting IP address, must be trusted. Okay, so this means Ethernet F03 must be trusted. Okay, and Ethernet this must be trusted, and this F01 must be trusted, F02 must be trusted, while other access port must not be trusted. Okay, so in that case, what I'm gonna do is exit. Okay, exit. So okay, so what I'm gonna do is interface. So now IP DHCP is snooping. Okay, IP DHCP is snooping first, enable. So that means by default, I think everything is untrusted. So if I do this, it should not have anything. It should not have any IP address, because by default everything is untrusted. Okay, so as I have enabled IP DHCP snooping, this port is also untrusted at the moment. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make IP DHCP trust for this one. So interface F03 no IP DHCP is snooping trust. Okay, so now as I have done this, should be able to get, because now this interface will be able to get an IP address, so that it will distribute. Okay, so let's check. Should be able to get. Okay, like see, you have a DHCP request successfully. So in that case, if any other port will be untrusted. So let's do the same over here. So IP DHCP is snooping. Okay, and now check here, don't have it. If you do here, all the device is not gonna get an IP address, so it's the same thing happening. Okay, so I don't want static, I just make it. I want this f01 trust and f03 trust. Okay, so interface range f0 f01 and f03 to the IP DHCP snooping trust. Sorry, trust. Okay, exit. So if I do that, check here. Let's check here. See, I have an IP address now, so it's gonna apply the same thing over here. Exit. So IP DHCP snooping. Okay, so it's gonna enable an interface range f0 1 2 3. I'm gonna make IP DHCP trust. Okay, it's snooping trust. I'm sorry, IP DHCP trust. No, okay, we can range. Okay, trust exit. So it doesn't affect because I've already configured. Okay, so if I do static DHCP, I should be able to get an IP address easily. Yeah, that's it. So basically that's it. And if you can also start doing ARP inspection. So you just do ARP inspection. What you can do is you can just do IP ARP inspection. I think so. Doesn't have anything like that. Okay, so you have to have interface. Let's suppose f03. If I go f0/3, and then you're gonna use IP ARP inspection. I think it doesn't support that command, but okay. So that's it. And then port pass guard look guard. Okay, I think guys, so that's it. We did some kind of layer 2 security as well. So 8 9, so layer 2 security as well. Sorry, spelling wrong. Okay guys, thank you. So just to recap what you did, we just configured a DHCP server for here to get an IP address, and then we configure NTP. Okay, NTP, and we connect the modems. Okay, so now modem is able to get connectless VPN, and now we have also did these connections and everything. We made side-to-side VPN working. We configured the AAA server, and we configured layer 2 security. So that's it for today, guys. So I think this is really important. This is a really important video for NetSec student because it includes most of the things. Okay, the Cisco adaptive security appliances, firewalls, and also how to update the update to security plus license and everything, how the AAA works. Okay, so I hope I have given you enough information about these things. Please let me know if there's any kind of things that you need to tell me, because I'm not an expert. Okay, so if I have given you any wrong kind of information, please let me know, and then I will try to learn, because I am not I'm not a like a professionals on these things. Okay, so thank you so much.